And I guess we are live. Hello, everyone. Hello, very happy to have you today. Today, I will have the pleasure to host these gold sponsors videos with our sponsors, MetaJuice, and obviously his president, John Burris. Hi, John. How are you?
I'm real good, Flavien. Thank you.
Awesome! It's awesome to have you today, and actually, it was a pleasure to meet you as well in Paris NFT Day last week when we had the chance with the BGA to organize something very specific to the members, and you really participated in organizing this event. So thank you again for that. It was a real pleasure. And obviously, today the idea is to understand what is MetaJuice and what you do. So actually, the first question will be simple, which is this one. Can you introduce yourself and can you introduce MetaJuice?
For sure, I can. Thank you. Yeah, I'm John Burris. I'm the co-founder and president of a company called MetaJuice. My background, briefly, I'm an old engineer many years ago who has always been attracted to kind of hot new industries and categories of growth. So back in the day, I was very early on in the early internet and built an e-commerce platform with a bunch of folks out of Chicago. Later, I was lucky to be very active in the early parts of kind of mobile data, mobile media, streaming TV. That was a lot of fun and a lot of growth. And then now more recently, of course, over the last just about 5 years, I've been very active in the crypto space, and more specifically, kind of this metaverse crypto space. And this led to the creation of MetaJuice, which we can certainly talk about as we try to really unlock the value that is just inherent in the metaverse, right, or in these gaming platforms. So look forward to talking to you about this today.
Sure, you have the stage, and actually, the first thing is to have a view on what you do and the activities behind MetaJuice. So I know that you have a very short presentation. So whenever you're ready,
For
you
sure.
can have the.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. So MetaJuice, first of all, I'll kind of share, is part of a family of companies. Our parent company is called Together Labs, and Together Labs is solely focused on the metaverse, social interactions in the metaverse, and building really viable, strong communities in the metaverse. It owns a company called ImView, a metaverse called ImView, which is an early pioneer in the space. I might talk about them. And it's building some new metaverses on top of the Unreal platform. Now, then it also owns, is the majority owner, is the sole owner of MetaJuice, this crypto-centric company that I run that is focused on unlocking the value in the metaverse. So as mentioned, we're in this very fast-growing, vibrant space called the Metaverse, right? And which certainly has been growing the last 10 plus years and accelerated a lot in the last 2. And then what's interesting, certainly in the crypto space, is that we're crypto enabling some very large, vibrant ecosystems. And I'll talk about those in a minute, with crypto assets, of course, right? Everything from kind of a stable digital coin called Vcoin to more of an exchange-listed token called Vcore, which would behave a lot like a SAN token or a Mana token. And then, of course, we're heavy into NFTs, because in our metaverses, virtual goods, items that avatars wear, avatars themselves, the rooms, the spaces, the furniture, all those things are digital items that really should be NFTs. And that's what MetaJuice is helping bring to life, right? Really crypto enabling this existing large metaverse in ImView is kind of job one, right? It's a platform that has 1 million daily active users. It's a profitable platform, 200,000 plus creators. All of the millions of virtual items in our marketplace are built by our users, by our community. All of the transactions that happen are between users on the platform, whether they're paying each other for access to an experience or they're buying items from each other. So it's a really vibrant economy that is now being crypto enabled, or in some ways is being brought from the Web 2 space into the Web 3 space. That's what MetaJuice is enabling. It's a highly ranked mobile app. Oh, we were just a little bit of a humble brag for the company. Together Labs and the work that MetaJuice has been performing, we just earned this award of sorts as being one of the top 100 most influential companies. And specifically, and we're very honored by this, the other peers of ours in the Web3 space are some great companies, with Sandbox, Rec Room, OpenSea. And so that's kind of, as you dig into what MetaJuice does, or as we talk here today, that's some cool stuff. And I could talk about usage on the platform and our Vcore token, but I think for now, that's not a bad kind of kind of overview of
Yeah, sure. Actually, congratulations for this price and what you do. Actually, what I understand is a Web2 platform which is in view. You bringing the value of the digital economy through blockchain technologies.
That is a great way to put it. It's I think there's a lot of members of the BGA that have existing vibrant games or metaverses, if you will, or virtual worlds, however you use those words. And that's what we're doing. We're in a very smart, hopefully very smart way, crypto enabling that environment. And it's important that we do it in a seamless, easy to use way. Our users aren't crypto first users. So the more that buying an NFT just feels like buying a virtual item in the marketplace, the better. Right. The more they can use their credit cards to purchase virtual assets, the better. Right. So that's what we've done on our platform.
And actually, to enable that, you mentioned, I don't know if you can go deeper on that specific topics, but you mentioned the economy you're building is based on something you mentioned Vcoin, the NFTs, obviously, and Vcore. What are the different objectives for these different coins?
Yeah, great. Let me just kind of pop to these things a little bit here. Apologize for a little formatting here, but Vcoin was the first asset that we've activated inside our metaverse. And it really is like a fixed value token. Might even say a stable coin, but it's not regulated like that. It's really cash in the metaverse. It is an ERC20 token, so it can be taken off platform. It can be given to any other user with an Ethereum wallet. And the real kind of trick of that is you can bring it back to the platform and turn it into fiat if you'd like. We even have a debit card, so you can swipe your debit card just about anywhere in the world and turn your Vcoin into cash and purchase a coffee, if you will. So Vcoin was a really important first component of our ecosystem because our creators, our earners, our users, they'd like first to be able to turn their earnings potentially into almost cash, right? Into like a stable like coin. So it's a really key part of the economy on and off our platform. And we did work with the SEC in the United States to earn a no action letter, a very rare, I think just only the third crypto-centric no action letter, which really deems, as long as we follow the blueprint of the no action letter, really deems Vcoin not to be a security. So it makes it really a compliant asset. So that's a key part, kind of an underlying key component. Then, of course, NFTs are a huge part of our platform and the metaverse, right? In general, we have, I think, a head start in that, millions and millions of virtual items are purchased every month on our platform right now, right? Or thousands of new items go into our marketplace every day, all created by our worldwide set of creators, right? That are really kind of are their own, online entrepreneurs. And so what we're doing is, as I mentioned, crypto enabling this, so that eventually all of the virtual items in our marketplace, all of the items that our creators upload into the metaverse can all be NFTs. And so this is another key asset of the metaverse. And then finally, and really kind of the new token that folks will see in market, certainly in the international markets outside the US and Canada, is the Vcore token. And Vcore is more of a, it's a longer term will be an exchange listed token, right? With a variable value, right, or price point, right? That'll be a key part of the economy, used for minting and NFT purchases, land ownership. If we end up going that way, will be used for creator and earner payouts long term, where that's allowed and where creators desire that. Will be used in governance in the metaverse as we give our community more and more say over the future of the metaverse, and of course, cool ways that we'll integrate it into our platform around spending rewards, staking rewards, game mechanics. So just a really, so not to bring too many different types of assets to the metaverse, but we feel like digital cash is key. Clearly, ownership and NFTs is such a key component, so obvious. And then having a token that allows users to really participate in the future and the growth of the metaverse, we think is important. So those are our three assets. So thanks for that.
And actually, you mentioned, so to go back to NFTs and what you said, which is so powerful, enabling true ownership. What kind of creators, any creators can have the opportunity to create something and to make an NFT in the platform, as you said, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And, the InView platform has been live in market for over 15 years and has a global user base and as you can see here, hundreds of thousands of creators. We've made it very easy for both kind of new creators to actually pull an item out of the marketplace, customize it, put it back into the marketplace, make sure that everybody who has added value to that item earns some value around it. And what we'll do to that creator process is to make it very easy, click, add some information and turn that digital item into an NFT. And then at the high end, of course, we've got, and there's third-party tools, but we've enabled the really high-end creators or builders to build really unbelievable, awesome experiences, right? Or gorgeous, virtual goods that a user can purchase. And the same way, we'll make it very easy for them. They won't need to be experts or have a PhD in minting NFTs to make that happen. So it's a real key part, we think, long-term. And I know all the platforms are working towards this. How do you make it really easy so creators and builders can do what they're great at, create and build, and not necessarily have to be, awesome at the crypto?
So it has to be easy to use as a creator, as a user. But do you feel like education is a big part of what you are doing in MetaJuice as well?
It still is, for sure. Yeah, it's so interesting, right? When we talk to our community, they love, as we share with them the benefits of kind of crypto enabling the metaverse. So NFTs, I'll just kind of use this as a good example. The idea that we could, for the first time, have items that are ownable by the users, items that could be resold, items that could be gifted to people, items that could be listed on third-party marketplaces, items that could be exclusive or have limited quantities, even just one of one. Those all sound awesome to our creator base. They're like, oh, that sounds great. We'd love to have that as an option. What can sometimes make them pause, and to your good question about education, where it's so key, is when you start to throw in some of the crypto language, right? They want to just learn more. Okay, so wait, NFTs? Okay, talk to me about that, right? To how can it benefit them? What's it mean? Because there is, as you know, this space has grown so fast, and there's so much information out there. Some helpful, some not helpful about the crypto space or NFTs or third-party platforms or whatever it may be. And so that education is so important because our creators, the community, especially in the crypto metaverse, so important that we, bring them along and educate them and listen to them honestly about, kind of how we roll out all these awesome new capabilities.
Yeah, sure. Actually, just before asking the next question for the audience who has any question to ask to John, in terms of what MetaJuice and the activity around, and any question you could have, obviously you can pop up a question in the comments, and I will make sure to address it to John at the end or during the conversation we are having. Sure. And obviously, just InView, the power of InView is really based on the user base that you have. It's all about social experiences, and obviously bringing the digital economy to that is having a large impact, I guess, in the kind of exchanges there is between the different users. Do you see something happening once you allow this kind of new economy in the game in the platform?
Yeah. No, I think it's a great way to put it, because what's happening is in some cases we're just we're kind of plussing up, if you will, or improving an existing economy. So we already have a very vibrant virtual goods economy, but adding NFTs to that just takes it to a new level. And then in other cases, and I think to your question, introducing these crypto assets in a seamless way actually creates new economies. So I'll give you an example. As we introduced Vcoin into our ecosystem, users could actually gift each other, or in a sense, kind of pay each other, but gift each other Vcoin, which has real value, right? Which is like real cash. And so for the first time, 15 plus years into the existence of InView, users could start to earn real value, real world value from other users on the platform. So we've got users that run at nightclubs. Well, they can start to pay for access. They used to get InView credits and could buy more virtual goods, but now they can collect Vcoin, right? And take that off platform. Later, they'll be able to, work with NFTs in that way, or maybe even collect VCore at the front door, if you will, of a space or an event. They're able to pay each other for helping them design their rooms or their spaces, because there's some experts on our platform that are very good at that. Or they might pay another user to show them around and introduce them to 5 other communities on the platform because it's such an avatar social platform. And so anyway, it's created a new almost service economy that we hope to create that we think is important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I know everybody in the crypto metaverse sees this, but it's really awesome where you can take existing economies and take them to a new level, as well as enable new economies. In this case, a service economy in view.
Awesome. Actually, in the BGA, obviously the idea is to promote blockchain and the technology behind it for the blockchain gaming industry, in the gaming industry. So how do you see gaming, the fact to play a game, as in the purposes of educating someone or to gaining some traction of users acquisitions in the metaverse? Do you see like the main points? How do you see maybe the platform and MetaJuice, the role of MetaJuice in this area?
Yeah, no, we do, and you can help me kind of clarify kind of my answer a little bit too. I think both we see our role at MetaJuice in crypto enabling the metaverses or virtual worlds that are a part of the Together Labs platform. So in view first,
Yes.
with me, a new platform. We're actually kind of cooking up another platform with a partner of ours in every realm. So we're definitely doing that. But we're also we're very much, and I should share a slide around this, but we're very much in raising our hands to be part of the open metaverse. And so interoperability with
Exactly.
other metaverses, and specifically probably a little extra love for our friends in the crypto metaverse space, right? So doing, in conversations with leadership over at Sandbox, what are some smart things we should do? We're over at Decentraland. We were part of a fashion show that happened a few weeks ago, or, other platforms, certainly ones that are on our technology may be even easier. So if you're on top of the Unreal platform, we're curious. So we're definitely open to not only educating, building, and supporting our communities in the Together Labs metaverses, but also doing that across the broader space. We know our users, and we think this ownership idea, the ethos, if you will, of crypto and blockchain is to enable that open metaverse. And so we see our job as a part of that. And we don't, just even if you look at our crypto assets, we don't think any of these are like, the assets to rule them all. We think these are assets that should be interchangeable with everybody else's tokens and assets, and NFTs ideally work on other platforms. And we think there's going to be a lot of winners, if you will, in this space. And hopefully primarily the communities that are building them. So.
Okay. So you mentioned obviously the Sandbox, and are you thinking of other companies or other maybe BGA members who could have it could have sense, to have some collaboration with them in terms of, as you said, I guess educating, but I guess providing some assistance in the economy they're building with the V coins and the other asset that you're setting yourself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, clarify that a little for me. Are you want to share some of the other technology partners and other partners
Yes,
in the broader space that we work
exactly.
with? Yeah. It's critical, first off, right? Just to let you know. And I think especially when maybe a company is moving from Web 2 to Web 3 and isn't going to build everything from scratch, and really shouldn't. I think those engaging in the space and knowing all the different players and partners, or ways that we could pull off these solutions for our communities is super important. And not to do a plug here for the BGA, but a big part of the BGA, right? Even our interactions with BGA members in Paris was great, because we're all of a sudden, even though our assets run on top of the Ethereum blockchain, we're talking and spending more time with friends at Solana, right? Or folks over at Polkadot and other kind of at Parity and things. So to have those conversations is key. A couple of our key partners at the moment, one is Uphold. So we've integrated the Uphold platform for custody and KYC for our users, making it super seamless. You might know those guys. They kind of they do a similar service around the Brave browser and the BAT token. They've been great. We've got a really deep partnership with Immutable X. That's kind of our layer 2, because we sell millions of virtual goods every month. We can't pay high gas fees for every single one of those purchases. And so working with Immutable X to integrate a kind of a layer 2 solution that makes it really efficient. We think partnerships or working with third-party NFT marketplaces will be critical, right? So Immutable X has a marketplace, but as does OpenSea and others, of course, I think we're aware of. And so those partnerships are super key. I'd say then, and we see this at other crypto metaverses, there's the whole, maybe the word whole is too big, but the world is very curious and interested in the metaverse now too. And so working with brands and potential partners or folks that have large communities who are trying to sort out how do they engage in the metaverse, those are also partners that they're not hardcore tech partners. They may or may not be members yet of the BGA, but I think we all probably see this. A lot of the businesses we're building, we're very much engaging with the rest of the world, if you will, right? And helping them think through and sort through what they should do in the metaverse.
No, but I was looking for that answer. So thank you very much for that, because a lot of discussions we're having, obviously internally with the BGA members, is why we want to capitalize on the large networks of people trying to build something around blockchain. And actually, as you said, you want to partner with a lot of different blockchain services based on the needs you have and the challenges that you have in Web3. So it makes a lot of sense to have these networks. So thanks for the answer, obviously. So I guess if you want to introduce something very specific of MetaJuice that I didn't mention, obviously feel free to do so. But just before, I will have this last question, which is, I guess you have a lot, but what are the next challenges for MetaJuice right now?
Yeah, I think a few things are happening, right, at kind of the MetaJuice team, right? One is that, and I'll kind of start at this highest level, right? As we think about vCore and this new international listed token, we're working through a process. We had a very successful pre-sale last year. You'll likely see vCore listed at an exchange or a listing partner later this summer. So that's a key part of the process in relationship with exchanges and all that. It's a little bit corp dev, biz dev stuff. If we talk more, which I think is more important, at the product level, what you'll see are a few things happening. We're doing a lot of programs and activities that are kind of on and off platform. So we'll do NFT drops of virtual goods and sell them at OpenSea, and they can be used in the InView metaverse. Or we'll do something cool with Decentraland, and those same items can be used in both metaverses. Or or we'll work with a new fashion partner and dematerialize and kind of do some cool things and have NFTs that go back and forth. But we're also working very hard internally on integrating NFTs the right way into our marketplace. So really kind of job one inside MetaJuice and at InView and Together Labs is really integrating all these crypto assets that I've shared the right way into the existing ecosystem. And actually, I can kind of even go back on the slide here, because if we do this the right way, there is so much usage. I hope I made that clear, that these behaviors, they're not new behaviors, right? Our users are used to purchasing millions of virtual goods. We just need to make it easy to have those goods be NFTs, right? Or they're already used to doing transactions amongst each other. We just need to make those better by making it real easy to send crypto assets to each other on and off platform, right? Or our creators already upload lots of virtual items. So we just need to make it easy to turn those into NFTs. So that's really kind of job one, is crypto enabling that platform. But you'll see definitely throughout this year, because we're trying to be very active across this broader crypto metaverse space, things that are happening off platform and then a little bit more in platform.
So as you mentioned, interoperability, which means that one of the things you want to do is to enabling the creators you have in the EMView platform, capitalizing on the economy you're setting with MetaJuice, to have maybe interoperability with other universe like Decentraland, so the creators can build something in InView and can have these same items in Decentraland or another platform.
Yeah, no, we think that's the right way to do it, right? I think ultimately that's the right way to do it, where items let's pick on virtual goods, are created once and more or less can work or be translated into various metaverses. We think the more that we do NFT kind of offers that our creators do, where when they're sold, it's not, they're available inside the InView ecosystem, but they're also available and have value in other ecosystems. That's a better move, right? Longer term. So we do agree on that. We're also working through, there's so many kind of awesome, assets out in this broader crypto space and NFT space in particular. We're like, hey, which of those, if a user as an example, owns I'll go back in time here, owns a crypto kitty, right? And we can authenticate that. Can we activate that cat in the metaverse and make that a real, I'll say a real virtual metaverse cat that follows you around? And maybe it wasn't originally created that way, but with these open assets and decentralized approach, it's possible that we can also work through and activate various assets that are out there. So so whether it's created first in a way that, hey, this asset's been created in a way that it can work on all these metaverses, day one, or we do extra work to kind of activate those assets in our metaverses, we think both those are important, right?
Awesome. Would you like to add something that I didn't mention based on MetaJuice and what you do? Did I forget something you would like to mention?
No, I think we've done a good job. I think your questions are very, very well leading, right? I think we've done a good job of kind of, sharing that, what MetaJuice is doing in the metaverse, right? Trying to unlock the value in these various virtual worlds, how we're doing that at InView, which is a vibrant existing economy. And I hope I've shared with everybody here that we're one of those partners, one of those participants at the BGA that is very open to partnering and working with others too. We don't see this as a closed project in any way. So if there's any interest in working with MetaJuice or learning more or reaching out to my team, we're trying to be super active and out there. So I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you very much, John. It was very insightful, and I love the way you're building the different economy in the space. And actually, I discovered you through the new membership that we have with you, and actually a pleasure to see all the work you're putting in the metaverse. So thank you again, John, for being in this video, and I hope to see you very soon.
My pleasure. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.